Hey there. Welcome to day 1378 of What Ship to Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey as I transition from brick and mortar corporate world of business, real businesses, to the online world of business, the more airy-fairy, internet-based, digital, virtual reality, because it's not. I joke about the online world not being real business. It's real business. It's just business in like a whole different world or universe, at least versus the physical world, right? It's more of a mental world, right? It's more of a ethereal type situation and world. So it is different. In a lot of ways, business is business, but in some ways it's very, very different. It's definitely created huge opportunities and huge advantages for people that never would have been in business otherwise. It's reduced and lowered the barrier of entry to different businesses and different industries that would have not been available to the vast majority of the people that are in those businesses now. I think of the coaching industry. There are literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of coaches in different areas and aspects of life that without the internet would not have the ability to make a living being coaches, because they wouldn't have access to all the people that they would need to support and sustain that business model. There are entire industries and realms that have been created as, online agencies, SEO, advertising, platform advertising, social media. There's just billions and trillions of dollars that have been created in the economy and in the virtual world, and will continue to be so as Mark Zuckerberg is creating his own universe, his own meta universe, and allowing other people to create their own universes. It will be interesting to see how founded in reality people remain versus the percentage of the population that decides to opt out and live in a virtual reality world and not necessarily participate in their own life, which is really actually to me frightening and scary, that we would want to let someone else create our reality and not create our own reality, because we do create our own reality whether we believe it or not. Each and every one of us, based on our experiences, based on our feelings, our thoughts, our beliefs, we create our own reality. What's real to me is probably, you'd be like, oh, that's not real, that's not even possible. But it's possible for me because I believe it's possible for me. What's possible for you is possible for you because you believe it's possible for you. It forms your reality, your experience of the real world, your life. So what's going on today? Today, impossible was the topic of our annual challenge to do one thing every day that centers us. And it was about how things that were impossible are often impossible only until they're proven possible, and then once they're possible, we learn to believe that almost anything is possible. So we talked about things that weren't possible not too long ago that are possible now. For example, the internet, right? Worldwide communication, all the crazy things that are available in our life that have actually come into being in my lifetime that were just in our imaginations before. Personal computers, cell phones, pagers don't even exist anymore. Different forms of music technology don't even exist anymore. It's so many things that exist now that didn't exist when I was a little girl. It's kind of mind-boggling. Amazing what can happen in just half a century nowadays. It seems like technology and things are just accelerating, and the world's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller because we are so interconnected. So we talked about impossible for our annual challenge. Our money idiom this month was strapped for cash. And we talked about what to do if you're strapped for cash, both personally and professionally. And I found that every time my business is in a growth phase, I find myself in a cash or other resource shortage. Maybe it's people. Right now, a lot of businesses are experiencing lack of help in terms of physical human resources to help them create and build and supersize their business. So it might not be cash that's your biggest problem. It might actually be another type of resource. So we talked about that for Supersize Your Business. Our No Nonsense November was about a tool called the 7 Whys, and it's become one of my favorite tools in the last 2 years, literally since the pandemic. Right before the pandemic, I learned this tool and started using it and applying it in my life, and I've incorporated it into, usually it's day 6 now of the 30+ day Get Up and Go challenge, which doesn't fit. It should be day 7, but it fits on day 6, so that's where it stays. thought about moving it a couple of times, but it doesn't fit. So on day 6, we usually talk about, which you're like, what do you mean? Day 6, you're just talking about a tool called 7 Whys. What the heck? I thought I'm there to learn how to automatically deal with changes and challenges. Absolutely are, but we break it down by building a strong foundation for the first 9 days. Then on day 10, we introduce the SOAP framework, and we've gone through this. This will be our 10th free Get Up and Go 30-day challenge in December. So we've gone through it. We've got it down. We know what works and what doesn't work for people based on feedback in terms of the order that we present things and how we do it. And we mix things up every once in a while. Every other challenge, every couple, right? Every challenge is different, but every one we cover the same core things and give different examples every time, so that if you go through the challenge and you're like, oh, I still need a little work on my physical understanding of how to apply the SOAP framework, well, you can go back and you can listen to any of the previous challenges on the Get Up and Go free challenge group page. They're in the guide section. You can just go in and physical SOAP, or you could probably type in physical SOAP and it will give you all the previous ones. You could watch all the different examples that we've done on using and applying the SOAP framework to our physical well-being. Now, physical is one of those that we spent 4 days on. The S, the O, the A, and the P each get their own day. So you could actually listen to 4, 9, 36 videos just on the physical application of the SOAP framework. So there's plenty of information available to make sure that you can understand, find an example that you can relate to, then try it out in your own life and apply it in your subconscious so that it's always working for you. So No Nonsense November, the 7 Whys, very powerful tool. And I'm actually almost feeling human today. It's supposed to be nice today, but it looks like it's raining. I'm hoping it warms up and that it stops raining for a while so I can get outside and enjoy some fresh air and some nature. I haven't been getting out enough over the last month with the roller coaster colds and the annoying even yesterday, I made all 4 of my videos, but I only processed 2 of them. I didn't do my actually, I didn't do either of them on my Sharon Horne-Ellstrom page, the annual challenge or the What's She Up To Now. I made them, but I did not process and disseminate and share them across the internet. I was feeling under the weather, and so I just did Supersize Your Business and No Nonsense November. Now today I'll do 6. And I'll catch up and I'll share them in my stories. And does it matter? It matters to me, but I also need to set my priorities, and my health has to be a priority always, especially since 2010. I absolutely positively have to take care of myself, or I'm not going to be here to do anything else. All right. Any questions, any help, any questions about offline or online business, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow after I process all